Alright, here we go.
I'm always trying to think of different ways to start the show with like not a skit, but like some kind of interaction with us. But I just can't. I like some podcasts where I'm like, I would literally just be stealing it. So that's not what I'm trying to do either. So I'm not that creative. So
no, you're totally good. Oh, by the way, how I do want to start the show. These Angry Orchards I'm drinking right now. These last two, in the bottles. So last Wednesday, our fans Danny and Abel, they tracked me down in the parking lot of my apartment, and they gave me a 6-pack. Yeah. Oh, wow. Because on the show I was like, if anyone wants to sponsor my my alcohol addiction, my cider addiction, bring me a 6-pack of Angry Orchards. I'll gladly accept them. So they delivered. So thank you guys for doing that. And
the Teach drinks vodka. So
right.
You can deliver that to David too.
Right. I'll gladly bring vodka. I feel bad. I'm getting gifts. I also got a coaster with my logo on it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, you didn't see it? I posted it in my Snapchat.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, somebody made me a coaster with our logo on it.
With the Who Cares logo?
Yeah, with the...
Oh, shit.
They straight up just copied it from our sites, one of our sites.
That's fucking awesome. Although y'all can make two. Fuck. Just give the other one to David. He'll give it to me.
Be like, here's one for Teach and everything. I was like, oh, cool, thanks. And I even said, I was like, man, Teach is going to be jealous. And
I'm pretty jealous.
Ha ha ha. And then carried on with their day. So I was like,
how dare you guys.
Make the Teach gifts.
Turn off you can't listen anymore. You're banned from listening if you don't buy me a gift too.
Right. We'll gladly accept all of your gifts.
Actually, the only gift I need is upvotes and 5-star ratings.
Right.
That's all I need. That's all
we just need validation.
Yeah.
So that was last Wednesday. Went to a rave last Wednesday. First one in a while, so that was pretty cool.
Nice.
Saw Say My Name, ran into J Frenzy.
Say my name, like that? Is that how it goes? Is that the song?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Well, that's a song.
Do you always think of that song when you hear that band name?
No.
God, that was just the first thing that popped out of my mouth when I heard that.
No. I just think of Heart Trap.
I see so many videos from other people, friends that are into what is it called? EDM?
EDM, yeah.
EDM music, right? And in that scene and all that, and they're always very gung-ho. Like, they're so into it. And they'll post the videos, and it always sounds like, and they're always kind of far away or something, too. And in my head, I'm just like, and theyese are also people that I know they're like kind of the old straight, we call it straight edge back in the day. I don't know what it's called now, but
it's still straight edge.
Yeah, right? More or less. And it's like, God, I think I would have to be just really blitzed to enjoy this music. Because it's so like...
I don't know, man.
But you don't either,
I don't partake in any drugs,
Yeah.
And I was sober that night. You know, I've been sober at every... Because I've been to raves where I've been drunk, like at the club and stuff, and I feel like I don't enjoy it.
But you almost can't, right? You have to like stay hydrated because that shit's out in the desert and like all day.
Oh, for EDC, yeah, for that.
Well, even like because it's that shuffle dancing too. Looks so fucking strenuous. I'm like, you gotta be hydrated for that shit. Like,
for me, it gets hot. Like it gets very hot, especially like Wednesday,
especially
for example.
Right now.
Right now. And because it is an outdoor club, it's half outdoors, half indoors.
Fuck.
So yeah, then as the night progresses, as it gets closer to the main DJ, it gets more and more packed. People are getting more and more into the music, so it gets hot.
Yeah.
But I don't get crazy into it. I just mostly stand there. I'll bang my head if it's a song I really like. I'll sing and cheer and stuff, but I won't get super into it. Like,
you don't shuffle?
No. I'm a terrible dancer as it is. So it's like...
Well, it's pretty bad dancing anyway. So
yeah.
You might be good at it.
But yeah, no, like I stand in the back, I keep my cool for the most part, and I'll get super sweaty, and then, after I leave a show, like after I left there last Wednesday, I was like, fuck me. I was like, man, it's so fucking hot. But yeah, because I've been drunk at those things, and I feel like I didn't enjoy it. I was missing songs.
Well, take it with a grain of salt, because I say that about everything in life, where I'm like, I need to be drunk. I need to be stoned on something.
It's better to be drunk, don't get me wrong, at any event, but...
It's really just that I don't know, I have this addiction that makes me want to get all fucked up at anything normal.
Right.
Like Christmas. Is there going to be booze? Because...
Christmas Eve, since Leslie and I have started dating, and since I've turned 21... Christmas Eve is my yearly day just to get fucking gone.
Sure.
I drink with her dad and her aunt over at their parents' house, and past few Christmas Eves, I've been fucking 2 Christmas Eves ago, I got so drunk that I was like just crying just to cry on the way home
Those
from.
are the best ones.
Those
are the best cries. Yeah, get it out.
It's fucking, oh my god.
Yeah.
I was so fucking drunk, but yeah.
I'm that uncle where I'm like, 4-year-old birthday, I'll bring beer. And
Right.
I mean, I'll bring them a present, but I'm bringing beer.
Right. So Leslie and I just watched, Leslie's rewatching it. I just ended up watching it with her today, but we got to Jim and Pam's wedding. Spoiler alert. Anyway.
If you haven't seen that, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, you're
failing.
You deserve all spoilers for The Office
Right.
if you haven't seen it by now.
Right.
But so the night before their wedding, when Andy, Terry, you've seen
Oh yeah,
The Office?
yeah.
So when she calls Jim and she's all like, Andy tore his balls and this and that, and he goes, what? Oh my god. And she goes, are you drinking? He goes, no.
Yeah,
and then, like,
yeah.
he's all like no, I'm. And she's all like, she's like, it sounds like you're rushing me off the phone. No, let's talk for a long time. And she just hangs up on him. I told Leslie, I was like, babe, the night before our wedding, I plan on getting so fucking shit-faced, like you have no idea.
No.
And she was like,
no,
what?
No. The night before?
The night before?
I'm doing it a week before. Because I'm going to...
I'm not talking about the bachelor party. I'm just talking about getting super fucking drunk before the wedding.
But even then, you don't want to be all fucking hungover.
I don't get hungover, pal.
Yes, you do.
I get heartburn.
You get hungover, because you've told me a few times.
Where I've thrown up, yeah.
Well, that you're hungover.
Well, yeah, but mostly my hangover...
Okay, but if you're going to drink to the extent of what you're saying right now, you're going to be hungover that day. Do it the day before that day.
The day before that day?
Yeah. So that you're hungover all day that day, and then you wake up feeling refreshed.
Just have heartburn. Heartburn and thirst.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when is your bachelor party?
I don't know.
So there was squeaking at the door.
That's the cat.
I was like, what the hell?
Sounds kind of spooky, though.
All right. I was like, because I think the weekend before, because you're getting married the second weekend in October, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Possibly.
Possibly.
I didn't plan it by the week of the month, but...
No, because I'm trying to... Because ACL is the first weekend of October, and Metallica's performing, and I'm not missing them again.
Right.
I was like...
When are they performing?
They haven't announced the day-to-day lineup yet.
Okay.
But I know it's the week before your wedding.
Oh, okay.
So when is your wedding?
It may or may not be a week before. I haven't decided yet.
Let me see, because I have the dates on my. Let me see if it doesn't.
When is my wedding?
Yeah, when is your wedding?
It's the 13th of October. I'm sorry, my wedding's the 13th.
Oh yeah,
you're right. It's the second week.
Yeah, so then ACL is the first. So ACL is the weekend before your wedding.
I'm talking about my bachelor party.
Yeah,
I might have that a week before or a week before that. My best man wants to go to Corpus. Apparently, they have the best strip clubs in Corpus in Texas. Apparently. Although I was just in Corpus and it's a tiny town, so I can't imagine.
I would figure South Padre Island will be a better party city than Corpus.
Maybe that's what he meant. I get them all fucking confused.
I was like,
I don't know. We'll see.
I was like, you really want to go to the beach? I was like, the beach has so much shit in the water right now.
I don't know, dude. We'll see.
It's your bachelor party. You should pick where you want to go.
Well, that's the thing is that I was really gung ho when he brought up the idea, but now that I think about it, it does sound like a lot of bullshit to go through to just go see some strippers and drink. So it's tentative.
It's TBD, to be determined. What's going on? But yeah, because I was just like, I'm going to be one of the groomsmen. I still hope so.
Oh yeah.
So I was just like, I want to be at the bachelor party.
Didn't they get you a fucking class?
Yes.
That's cemented in life.
That was the joke.
Oh. I was
God
like,
bless
are you fucking serious?
Like,
Get the fuck out of here. You're out.
I'm sorry.
Turn your glass in the back of my porch.
like a jealous ex. Fuck you. Fuck you, Teach. Fucking. But yeah, just want to make sure, because I don't want to miss festivities.
Yeah.
Because me and Teach haven't, like we get drunk on the show, but like being drunk in a party environment with me and Teach.
Never has happened.
Oh my god.
No.
It's so much fun.
Has it? Oh well.
Yeah, my
times,
parties.
a few
Yeah.
times. Yeah.
Me and the teach
Your
being drunk.
parties. Yeah. If you're at home, you get drunk in a group. You don't do that if you go out though.
If I go out, like, what do you mean?
Like I don't like when you used to come to my parties or my little cookouts at the old apartment. You wouldn't really drink.
No, yeah, Leslie wouldn't let me drink.
Right.
Yeah.
Check, please.
Yeah. So it's like she wouldn't let me drink because one, I drove.
Right.
Two.
And then she's like, "Cause I'm drinking," but then she'd have like half of.
Yeah, like and then like she fucking yeah, because her saying.
I remember one time you were like, "Babe, you're not even drinking. Can I just drink?" And you drive home. She was like, "Well, I already had a beer." And you're like, "Okay."
Yeah, because like she like any small little drop of alcohol gets her fucking woo.
Yeah.
Like she's such a lightweight to the max. Like her like my pregame is her blackout night.
Yeah.
Like that's.
So speaking of Leslie, fuck 13 Reasons Why. So
That show sucks.
There's a few episodes ago I was advocating for the new season because I remember the first season watching it and being pretty captivated and
I slit my
and
wrist.
being invested in the story and wanting to. Every episode was like, okay, what the fuck's gonna happen next? I remember that mentality, but now I watch it, and it's only a year later, right? This was only a year ago the first one came out, but God, I'm like, I have matured, I am wiser, I am older. The actors are horrible. The acting is horrible.
Dude, the script is
the
god
script
awful.
is bad.
The way they talk to each other,
It's
that's
so
not how
unnatural.
humans talk to each
I'm
other.
like, maybe because this is like pure white country. I don't know. Like,
So, here's
I've
the
never
thing.
been there.
Here's the thing about 13 Reasons Why. If you like that show, you're pathetic. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't go that far.
I would go that far.
I think you're probably a little more effeminate than you'd probably like to admit, but
Oh, yeah.
I thought I was effeminate enough for it. I don't even fucking like it. So
because the first season is solely based upon the book.
okay,
There was a book.
So that's why it was probably better.
Yeah. Because it actually had something to go off of.
You're right.
Based on what Leslie was telling me, the second season is pretty much
Netflix just cash cow.
They're all like, hey, this show ended up being better than what we thought.
Right.
Let's get the writers back together real quick and say there's more tapes.
You can tell. You can so fucking tell.
So yeah, and then so apparently the craziest thing is a gentleman gets a broom shoved up his ass. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I got mad at Leslie because I was like, oh, you watch that and it's captivating, but when I watch it in Jackass, it's immature and nonsensical. Like,
well, okay. To Leslie's point,
no, they're forcing them to shove stuff up their ass.
I think the context is a little different in that sense, but 13 Reasons Why is shit. And I've seen the scene only because they posted it on Facebook. I stopped watching the show. Mrs. Teach likes it. I'm like, I keep looking at her. I'm like, was it like this a year ago? She's like, yeah, it was. I was like, is this cheesy? Was this kind of like? And she was like, yeah, it was this. I was like, fuck, I don't know. Last year I was all about it. This year I can't fucking get into it. Can't do it. I don't know.
Even last season when Leslie was watching it and she's all getting all emotional and shit, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Well,
man?
you are a little bit jaded on life in general or something.
Guys, so
I liked the I don't really get like that though, but that first season I was like, this is interesting. I want to know. That's pretty good. Oh, it's Magna. I'm like, how the fuck's it doing that? You're a magician. Fucking David Blaine over here.
You dropped my shit. No, I don't care about teenage shows.
Now, dear white people, I like that show.
I can't get
I fucking
into it.
like that show. One of the podcasts I listen to, he's on it now for the second season. Little cameos, but that's not. It's pretty good. I like that show. They do get cheesy too, though, to be honest. But it's a Netflix original, so that I allow that amount of campiness. I expect a little bit from it. But as far as a lot of the stuff that's going on right now, I like it. I think it's pretty good.
There's not a lot of Netflix original shows that I like. I think the only one that really stands out is just Orange is the New Black.
Do you like that one?
I love that show.
I like that
mostly
one too.
because they show so many tits in that show. And that's how the show started, with lesbian sex. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy this show.
This day and age, too, that doesn't sell me with stories anymore, because I know where I can go for
I don't care about the story.
But you know what I'm saying?
I just like seeing tits.
Yeah, but you can see way better scenes online.
Hey, but you know what? Okay, hold on. Pause in the Orange is the New Black. I just finished a series on HBO called Ballers with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It's a show. He's an ex-football star. He works in a financial company that like manages football players, their money and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Dude, so me and Leslie, because I was like, it's deemed as a comedy show, and The Rock, I follow him on Twitter, is always promoting it. So I was like, hey, you know what? The Rock is very proud of this. Apparently, a lot of people like it. Let's watch it. So me and Les were like, okay. So like maybe 5 minutes into it, there's a chick fucking the shit out of this guy. Her tits are bouncing everywhere. And me and Leslie were like, hey, whoa. Yeah, this show is super crazy.
It's not that bad.
It's
HBO.
Awesome.
What did you expect?
Well, we did because I wouldn't anticipate.
Is it on The Rock? She was on The Rock?
Well, no, it was on a different guy, but The Rock has his fair share of steamy scenes too. But just because, like, with Game of Thrones, that's what it's famous for, is for the sex and gore and stuff.
I would say HBO in general is famous for that.
But I've seen stuff on HBO that doesn't have a lot of craziness in it either.
Right, but that doesn't deter. But they're big ones usually. Sex and the City, The Sopranos.
I never watched that. Never seen that.
They all are.
I know Entourage is famous for having a lot of sex scenes in it.
Yeah.
But point I'm trying to make is that we weren't anticipating this because it wasn't even.
Point I'm trying to make is it should have. If you watch HBO, if you don't see titties, you should be shocked at that. You're like, this is HBO production. Where are the titties?
Right. Band of Brothers doesn't have tits. But yeah, we were just like, holy moly. But yeah, this show is really
Holy moly.
What the what? Well, because I had to play it off because
you're like, this isn't why I want to watch it.
I was like, I didn't know this was going to happen. Because Leslie's all, now I know why you wanted to watch it.
You know, Mr. Cheese drops those lines. You know, I'm like, babe, I watch way harder, way worse, way more depraved stuff way more often than right now sitting with you. That's not why we're watching this. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And she's kind of like, oh yeah, that's true.
I was like, no. But
I'm not trying to get any side move. I get the real shit. Way more fucking horrific than what's going on
the shit that Teach and I watch, you know, just
yeah, it's basically Hostel on Pornhub.
Dude, Hostel is awesome. So yeah, Orange is the New Black I think is the only and then Daredevil is good too. Even
Orange is the New Black, the last season was kind of slow for me. I was like, they're running out of content. They're running out of the thing that started was a lot of you know, different thing you didn't. Oh fuck, who sees that? Like, who would think that happens? Where now it's like, okay, they're in a prison, they gotta do this crazy shit all the time.
Right.
Been there, done that. Like, you know, you notice that they've even now it's having to go to their backstories because they can't really talk too much about the prison. It's done.
Right.
You know?
So which is like at first was like, okay, yeah, I agree with you.
And
like,
what season now? That was what, the third?
That was the fifth season.
Fifth. Fuck.
We're about to get on the sixth season. Yeah.
5 seasons, goddamn.
Yeah, so the new season comes out in July, which I'm pretty pumped for.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pumped for it.
Yeah, I was like, I love that show. And then Daredevil, I still need to watch Punisher.
They have a lot of good Marvel originals, don't they? Iron Fist and
Iron Fist I didn't like. Jessica Jones is very boring. I tried several times to watch that show.
Any of them? This is just hearsay.
I'm saying what I like. Like Luke Cage was okay.
Luke Cage.
I didn't watch the Defenders, but Daredevil is the best in my eyes. I still need to watch the Punisher.
I like Gotham. I know that's on Marvel. I like that series though.
I haven't seen that one yet either.
That one's pretty good. It's different too because it's like the prequel.
When he's a quid. When he's a kid.
He's a quid.
He's a quid.
He's a squid kid.
Squid kid. Squid kid.
Yeah,
squid kid.
That one was good.
Yeah. Speaking of good,
I forgot all of our topics for this episode.
Yeah, we ventured off a lot here, which we knew was going to happen.
Yeah.
But who cares? Speaking of good triumphed this past week. So last week, if you remember. We talked about a story where a guy was going to be evicted out of his parents' house.
Oh, yeah.
Or he was taking his parents to court saying, like, it's not fair. I should live with my parents.
That's insane.
So the judge ruled in favor of his parents, pretty much saying, yeah, get out of your parents' house. That's pathetic. Like, not in that sense, but, you know.
No, basically. It really was.
Yeah, like, get out of here.
Yeah.
So the guy is all bitter, this and that. Here comes moving day, and he's leaving. But then he calls the cop on his dad and refuses to leave over a missing Lego.
Was this a video or was this like written?
It was an article.
Okay.
There was a
I'd love to read it though. You should.
What's that thing called? An Inside Edition. Inside. It's kind of like TMZ, but I don't remember what it's
World
called.
Star?
No, not World Star. Where like they were filming and he's all hello, like they see him packing up his truck and stuff. But yeah, like, the cops got called to the house. He called the cops on his dad saying, I'm not leaving until I get my missing Lego back, and this and that. Like, this is da-da-da-da. And then the cops even, like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, it's court ordered. Leave. He can give you the Lego later.
I think he's also milking the publicity of it, too. And see, he has nothing. You know, it was funny watching a few of his. I can't talk. A few of his interviews that are online right now. He's so like, they just have to take care of me. That's the point of it. And they're like, well, what are you gonna do? But he's like, well, my kid got taken away. Did you know that? Did you know my kid got taken away? And they're like, I did know that. I'm very sorry to hear about it. He's like, yeah. And now they're kicking me out. It's like he's such a like just pity party for this guy. Like I don't know. But you know what's the horrible part is someone's gonna give him like a rap deal or something, or some
right.
fucking thing where he'll be throwing things of cash.
He's gonna make cameos on something.
Yeah,
you know
it'll be
what I mean?
like Mama's Boy or something. That's like his tag or whatever. Like it's gonna be fucking horrible.
God, it's so pathetic, man.
And you know what? America will tune in to fucking because I'm already doing it.
Hear his side of the story.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Well, no, just the spectacle of who something. It's just like that.
The untold truth.
The Catch Me Outside girl and Little Tay and all those motherfuckers.
Little Tay.
We all tune in to see what pieces of shit they are. Meanwhile, they profit off every time you click on something.
You tuned into all that?
I don't really. No, I don't personally. Like, I don't really follow it, but you can't like help but see it on right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I physically don't give a shit, so I don't really look on it. But then you obviously it's like, and then your friends post that you see, and you're like, why are you doing this? You're playing into their hand. Like they benefit from it. I'm doing it right now on the opposite side of trying not to. We're already giving more publicity to them. But obviously they work. You know, without clicking anything or reading up on them, I fucking know one of them has a record deal. One of them fucking, I don't know, has some fucking cash. I don't know. It's all fucking, and that's me not even looking into it. So people are really invested in these people, though. You know what I'm saying?
The only thing I know about Little Tay is apparently she looks like the Alaskan bullworm from SpongeBob.
Yeah.
She's all.
I saw something about her mom was a maid. I know that. All those houses that she was. I've never even seen the video of Little Tay. There's a video of Little Tay. And her mom is the maid of those houses. That's how they got to do it. Headlines. All headlines.
Boo.
So yeah. Anyways.
Who cares?
What were we talking about?
Anyway,
30-year-old
the dad,
guy.
yeah,
That's
the
right,
dad. This guy's gonna kill himself, just watch.
Who?
The 30-year-old guy.
He should.
Yeah,
Why
right.
hasn't he done it already?
Oh, your kid got taken away, might as well end it.
Yeah. When he's so well, I don't want to knock living with his parents. Jimmy Kimmel did a thing of where he walked up on like random people and they were like, he had it freeze framed and like the audience was like, lives at home, doesn't live at home. They voted. There was a lot more like they were like, I'm 32, I'm 30, and they're like, do you live at home or not? I live at home. It's like, Jesus, I didn't realize so many people live at home. Like,
I don't know, man. Like we were talking about last week, which I don't want to like dwell on the same topic we talked again. When I was 18, I was already leave the coop. While I was still in high school, I was just like, I'm ready to get out of here.
I looked forward to it, though. Even, it was abrupt for me, but I mean, that was always the goal. That's why it was an easy transition.
And even for me, because I know a lot of my classmates, as soon as graduation hit, boom, they were already out. Whether it be like if they were going to college out of state or like out of San Antonio, so they had dorms, so that was like, they're like, oh, I'm out of town. Or, oh, I'm out of the house.
Well, even then, if they're paying, their parents are paying for all that shit. Like,
yeah, but still away from their parents.
Yeah.
Like, the whole money thing, because when Leslie and I first moved out, I still got help from my parents on some things because I didn't make the best money with Walmart. And then Leslie was making good money, but, it's just like I would pay all the bills, but I wouldn't have a lot of money. Yeah. So my parents would help out with that. So that's why I'm like, the whole getting help from parents, okay, that's not a big deal. You're out of the house. As long as you're being responsible with it, like, that's understandable.
My CPS got shut off. So my mother, when we were paying bills, I remember her telling me, when I was living with her, like 18, 19, right? And she used to say, oh, CPS, as long as you pay them something, they keep you on. They just want your money. Like, just whatever. Just as long as you pay something every month, you're good to go. So that was like concrete in my head, like that was fucking law. Like, oh, as long as I just pay something, they'll never shut me up. Meanwhile, I'm racking up this fucking debt in CPS because I just wasn't paying my bill. I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna give them $20 because my mom said that as long as I'm paying something regularly, they're cool. So it gets up to like $600 or something.
Oh god!
And it was like it was when it froze in San Antonio, like I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. Like it froze. It was like
Arctic freeze.
Really fucking yeah. And they shut me off, and I was like, oh shit! Like we don't have hot water, we don't have like anything.
Yeah.
Right? The water worked, but it was fucking cold. And my dad had to pay it. Because I didn't even know what to do. I was like, I've been paying a little bit, but I thought that was cool. And then they just slapped me with like, you owe over $600 or $500. You owe over $500. You're done. Like, until you pay this. And my dad just, he had to pay it. So I can't have, we were, I don't know, I was like 19, 20 years old, So that's how that works. But the point is that now my point about like the college kids though, like if they're just, that's their parents paying for their place outside of, they're still paying the bill. They just don't want them around. It's really just the parents can afford to keep them out of their house, but still pay for their house. So it's essentially the same conundrum that, you're not dependent. Which you take as long as you need, but goddamn, if you're 30 years old and you're fighting about it too, that's the worst part, is that he doesn't even recognize. Like, if he was humble about it, like...
They're not making an effort to do
what I mean? Yeah, if he was like, I got a job at least, like, I've been at whatever, I'm working at McDonald's, I can't, it's hard to save up, like, it's like, oh, like, damn, parents, like, give this guy a break, like, he's trying to, blah, blah, but he's like, I don't have a job or nothing, but I have some things I'm working on. That's what he always says in his interviews. I have some ways of being able to afford my lifestyle, but I need a lot of time to do it. It's like, okay, then you don't need to do those plans. Make me fucking plans.
Go down to your Walmart, go down to your Piggly Wiggly, and fucking get a job. So timing is everything.
Well, I don't know. It's more of the way you go about it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like, I don't want to dwell on that. I was like, we talked about that last week.
But, yeah, we did.
But dwelling on bullshit, Donald Trump, again, is so butthurt that nobody wants to go visit him in the White House. So the Philadelphia Eagles, if you keep up with sports, won the Super Bowl back in February. A majority of the team was like, I don't want to go meet Trump. Fuck Trump. I don't want to go talk to him.
Amen.
There was only like a handful of people that were just like, and even those people that wanted to go,
but
they're just like, it is still the White House. Like technically it is a president.
Like, I was invited, so it's kind of rude not to go. So I guess but they're not really enthused to meet Trump.
Exactly. The only people that were happy to go were the fucking New England Patriots, but and fucking Tom Brady loves sucking Donald Trump's dick, but whatever. So apparently only a small handful of the team, which I don't think anybody big was going to be like, I'll go. So Donald Trump was like, all right, I'm done. Unfortunately.
You do like the best Alec Baldwin impression,
right? Because that's what I watched so much.
I feel like Alec Baldwin's right in front of me.
Yeah, right. So Donald Trump was like, no, I'm done. Like, unfortunately, no, the trip's canceled. Like, I'm canceling you. And then he goes to the extent to say that like due to the fact that even if you stay in the locker room before the national anthem or while during the national anthem, that's still disrespectful. I don't want to meet you anyway. Boo hoo hoo. Like,
I love how it's become all about the anthem, and nothing about black rights or police brutality and all these things. It's about the anthem and the flag. Meanwhile, Memorial Day just happened and there's fucking we're all on the towels and on our underwear and our trunks and bras or all the flag. Like, who gives a fuck about the flag? It's cool. That's great. And even you've said in the beginning there was like the anthem was like to get a beer and a hot dog. Like, that
it's the TV break, man.
But now it's a way to shift, to divert what it's really about.
So Donald Trump put all this. So Fox News is like, here we go. We're going to capitalize on this. Here we go. Fuck the Eagles, you bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
So Fox News, after this, takes to the media, takes to their channel or whatever, the Philadelphia Eagles had their trip canceled by Donald Trump. Good for them because they're kneeling during the anthem and this and that. And they proceed to show several players taking knees, like with their helmets on the ground and stuff. However, what they're showing is when the players are praying, because there's several players on the team that are very Christian, and like praying with their teammates for a good game, for good health,
During the anthem, though?
Not during the anthem.
And after the game, right?
Like after a touchdown,
right?
Because that's how some people celebrate.
Time.
Like during warm-ups and stuff, whatever the case may be, showing players praying. So the Eagles were already like whatever about Donald Trump. But with the Fox News thing, they were like, hold on, you bunch of commies. Like, get a load of this. You actually took pictures of our players praying before the game, before the anthem, or during touchdowns and stuff, and that's fucked up. Like, and then all these players were like, "Hey, fuck Fox News," and that's not like none of us.
Nothing new.
Yeah, and they even said nobody in the Eagles player, to avoid conflict and everything like that. We as a team decided not to kneel during the anthem because we want to avoid conflict.
Yeah.
So they called out Fox News. Fox News deleted their article and bullshit and like didn't talk about it again on TV today because it came up earlier today, but then they didn't bring it up again. And then Fox News finally issued an apology. Okay, we're sorry. We should have done more research. Which is the definition of Fox News. They should have done more research.
They should have that as their logo. Fox News. We should have done more research.
Like, wait a couple hours. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Breaking news. We're still doing the research.
Yeah. Breaking news. This is something possibly happening, but more info at 6. Fucking just check CNN in 30 minutes.
I wanted to start like a segment for our show called like just the trash, like
just the trash,
like just all politics and news. Or like this is just the trash that's on right now. Like
right,
we could probably just siphon Fox News into that. Like,
pretty much.
What are they showing? The trash. Let's have that segment.
I think the Onion is more of a reliable resource than fucking Fox News is.
Yeah, because
God bless.
I totally agree.
Oh my god, the fucking Onion, dude. Oh, the Onion is so badass. Do you remember back in the day they made an Onion movie? It was called The Onion Movie. And it was just a bunch of nonsense. And I remember being so pumped for it because I didn't know The Onion was a website.
I like The Onion because it's so outrageous that you're like, what the fuck? You really have to do research? And they make it sound kind of like, that almost really did happen? Like, is this really happening?
Right.
Whereas this Fox News is like, no, it's fucking happening. It's the truth. They're like, oh, I guess that's how it is. Like, fucking white trash rednecks thinking about that. Like,
yeah, dude. So The Onion, before I knew it was like an actual website and news, spoof news and stuff, I was like, oh, there's just a silly movie coming out called The Onion, the movie. And I watched it and I was like, this was the weirdest 2 hours of my life that I just gave to this movie.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, it came out back in like 2003, 2004.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Remember when like they were coming out with all those spoof movies like back to back?
Yeah.
Like Date Night or Date Movie, Epic Movie, Meet the Spartans. It was shuffled in there.
Okay.
Like as like one of those the movie movies, like one of those types things.
Right.
And I was just so into it, and it was suggested for me on Facebook, and I watched, or not on Facebook, on Netflix, and I watched the trailer. Well, I should say my dad's Netflix account, and I watched the trailer like, oh, this looks funny, and I always used to get in trouble.
Was it good?
No.
Oh.
As I said, I was like, no, it's the weirdest 2 hours.
Well, weird doesn't mean bad.
Yeah, this one.
Okay, it was just bad. It was weird.
It was.
Yeah, that's bad. That's really bad. When it's weird and bad, it's the worst.
And especially because it's immature humor, and then me being an immature teenager, watching it like.
So did you like it as a kid, though?
No.
Oh, okay.
And I ate all that shit up, like Disaster Movie, Date Movie, Epic Movie, Meet the Spartans. All the scary movies.
I've watched them all, but yeah.
I was like... Yeah. Watching them again now, I'm like...
Yeah.
Oh, God. I was into such nonsense. So Meet the Spartans, the spoof of 300
That was
and all
the worst one for me. That was it for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed... That was probably my favorite out of all of them.
Date Movie was the
Date Movie was good, too.
The one I liked, but it was still a little over the top. And then, what was it?
Epic Movie?
Meet the Spartans was... way too much. That's when I decided no, and then Epic Movie came after, and I didn't even watch that.
Epic Movie was okay. Epic Movie, I was able to tolerate. Date Movie, okay, I was able to tolerate.
That one was like they were just bringing random people on the set and just saying like, "I'm from this movie and I died." Ha ha ha! Like,
do you remember Disaster Movie 2?
I never watched.
Disaster Movie.
I stopped at Meet the Spartans, and that was the worst one for me.
So Meet the Spartans, my brother and I saw in theaters.
Oh, God.
And we were the only ones in the movie theater. So we saw it. We had the whole theater to ourselves.
Yeah.
And we were like, man, people are missing out. This movie's hilarious. We're fucking dying, crying, laughing in the theater.
Really?
We were fucking like 11 and 12.
Yeah.
Fucking,
yes.
They make pee-pee jokes. Right.
Right.
He got kicked in the balls. He said, take him from the rear. Ha ha ha. He drew a penis. Ha ha ha. They're making fun of Grand Theft Auto.
Alright, we get it. The movie sucks.
No, I want to do more. They have a Shrek baby. Ha ha ha.
Do they have a Shrek baby?
Yeah, because you know on 300 they talk about the
deformed
babies they kick off. So one of the babies is Shrek, and it's all like, "Where's my donkey?" or something like that, and it
All
throws
right, yeah.
up.
So you love the movie. We get it.
As a kid,
Yeah, you love it still. Look at you. You
Well,
lit up.
Because mostly it's only fresh in my mind because we just watched the top 10 list of the worst spoof movies, and that made number 3. The first one was Disaster Movie.
Okay.
Date Movie was number 5. Epic Movie was number 2.
Even the haunted house ones were not as bad.
Yeah, Haunted House is number 10, but or no, 9.
I could sit through that.
Haunted House 1 was good.
The race jokes crack me up. So.
Right. Like, the first Haunted House was good, but then when I heard they were making a Haunted House 2, I'm like, I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to bother watching it. I was like, it's going to be a waste. Same thing when Marlon Wayans did 50 Shades of Black or whatever, or 50 Shades... 50 Shades Blacker or whatever.
It's funny because you say that, I'm like, that sounds like I might have heard about it, but I didn't. Yeah,
it's just the black spoof movie of 50 Shades of Grey, so I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to waste my time watching that.
No.
But, yeah, let me see here. We're at 35 minutes. Are you good? Do you need a break?
I could use a break.
You can use a break? Alrighty.
You're the jerk of the week. You're a jerk and it's your week. You really outdid yourself like a crazy super jerk. You're probably a big jerk every week, but this week, you're the jerk of the week. Jerk.
All right.
Woohoo!
One of our favorite segments, at least for me.
Right.
Just a good venting.
I was like, yeah, it is. I was like, surprisingly, no, I haven't been affected too much
Yeah.
here lately, but yeah,
Well,
so
we got it out. Early.
yeah, I was like, it's more work related, but just to be on the safe side, I get that out beforehand.
Yeah.
But so
I've done that too.
Yeah,
in previous episodes.
Teach has done that, and we've done it too, where we have a jerk of the week that we talk about, and we've had to cut.
Yeah.
Just to be like,
yeah.
hey, well, you know what?
Let's not put that out there.
Yeah, like let's get that.
It was
out.
nice to get it out and with this platform, but maybe that's not.
Right, deleted scenes
Right.
that are gone forever. So not really.
So you
deleted
can't even
scenes.
get them.
Yeah, not even if we do make it big and famous.
Maybe if we want to talk about it, you can hit us up and we'll just
years later.
Yeah. I can't even remember them actually. No.
Actually, you know what? I do have a jerk of the week, but it's more like complaining about something.
Okay.
So, but we'll get to it because it's very minuscule.
Okay.
Because Teach is talking this up, so I want to hear it.
I'm talking this up, so this might be not as bad as it sounds when I say it out loud with non-bias and party. Because, anyways, the first one is actually not. It's one of Teach's Facebook rants because I'm just on Facebook way too fucking much.
Right.
That's probably my fault that I'm just on there too long. One of my Facebook acquaintances, I will call them, posted one of these memes about how Wikipedia, if you look up Black Pride, Gay Pride, and Asian Pride, you'll see that the first thing is about how it's an encouraging movement or a positive stance. Positive stance is used for both, for two of them anyways. So anyways, the connotation is good, having this pride.
Right.
But if you look up white pride, it says white pride is a slogan primarily used by white separatists, white nationalists, neo-Nazi, and white supremacist organizations to signal their racist viewpoints. And the point of the meme is to say that how it's unfair or something to the white demographic.
Boo-hoo.
Right. So, just a little on my stance on it. Think what you want. I know nothing, so I'm an idiot as well. So, this is just how I see it.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers to that. White pride is a lot older than Black pride, Asian pride, and gay pride. Any marginalized culture pride. It's a lot older, and white people picked it. Slavery, staying on top, victimizing, smaller culture. White pride started out as a bad thing. It was them putting themselves on top and that they're better, they deserve better, and that's why other people have to do jobs that they don't want, or blah, blah, blah. So that's not our society's fault that it has that connotation out. That is what it is.
Right.
Black pride, gay pride, Asian pride is because they're a small community that has been victimized so much and marginalized that they have a venue and an outlet to celebrate their differences within our very dominated white culture,
right.
White conservative culture, even male patriarchy, white dominated culture, and so that just is what it is. White pride, there is no fucking white pride. You can be. you're not marginalized. Every day is white pride. You always get the job. You always get the upper hand. You always are celebrated in movies and music and all that. Well, music not so much anymore, which is funny too. So that's why there's no white pride. So quit bitching that there's no white pride. It's white pride every fucking day.
I'm ashamed that I'm white.
And you know what? And me too. I don't have any aspect of literal like European white, that connotation, but I'm light complected and I'm privileged from that.
Right.
I understand that. I try to do my best for that too.
Exactly.
I'm not ashamed of. I don't want to say, and I don't want to shame anyone for that. Have white pride to yourself. Be proud of your whatever heritage and whatever southern country or southern state you come. Whatever, that's fine. Southern
Bama.
country, right? That's fine to be proud of who you are. You don't have to be ashamed to be white or anything like that. But there isn't a giant movement of white pride and trying to get together because the country is that already.
Right.
Like, you already are celebrated over and over and over again. It's kind of like the fucking a king or something that the peasant gets the fucking, I don't know, best goddamn apple in the country, and he's like, where the fuck is my good apple? You're like, you have a whole fucking orchard of apples, so let the fucking peasant enjoy that one great apple.
So you say he's angry about his orchard?
Yeah, you see? That's exactly, that was a plug for Angry Orchard. They're all white supremacists. No! Anyway, so that might have been a horrible way of explaining that, but that just came out.
No,
it came out. So, you feel me?
I feel you.
You picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's whatever. That was just a little thing.
I just don't like white people.
The only... I'm fucking white, so I don't not like white people. I don't like white people that say that shit. I hate that.
Where's my white pride month?
Like, oh god, you get it all the fucking time. It's all the time. They get this one fucking month and you can't fucking deal with that. Like, you want your own fucking... You get the whole year. Like, even during Black Pride, you still get the job over the black guy. Like, like... So...
Fuck. God damn it.
So, whatever. So, that's that. That's not really... This guy, I know he's a turd anyway, so he posts stupid shit just to stir the pot.
Invoke a reaction.
Right, exactly. So, whatever. But that was the only way I could slip that in because I just wanted to talk about that. My other one that's more personal is, so last week, a good friend of mine came over, and he's a good friend of mine from back in the day and from high school and stuff like that, and we hang out sporadically, and we get into deep conversations as, guys do, just over a couple drinks, and he's a big... smoker weed, and whatever, because we smoke cigarettes too. But anyways, I was telling him the story about the chance of how I had to burn them.
Okay, yeah.
And so it was just a very funny story that how
the cops,
the cops came. It turned into him asking me why I'm burning the chants. And I said, well, it's just a respectful thing of the lineage that I'm a part of. That's how you take care of them. That's how... And he's like, well, these were meaningful or whatever. These were something, why would you just burn them? I'm like, well, we have new chants that are set forth. Now, we used to do that. They're really old. They're outdated. They're not gone. I'm not obliterating them. It's not the only text in the world.
It's officially wiped out.
They're out there. We don't use them now. And we still could. It's just that it is also like an organization. So we do it this way now.
Right.
And I'm, whatever, the director of it, so I just follow suit when I get told that. And it turned into well, you could choose and you could do it your way. And I'm like, I am not trying to start my own religion, right? I was like, I'm part of this movement with whatever, and I just kind of, the way I'm participating, my platform there is not to be used in that sense, to break away from it. I like it. I'm a part of it. I'm just following suit. Anyways, we got into a philosophical debate about that, which is all well and good. We usually do that. That was fine. I don't mind talking about that because it's good to, whatever faith you have, you shouldn't get upset about someone challenging you on what your beliefs are. You should embrace it. That's fine. We were doing that for a while. But it got to where we were going in circles, where eventually it got to the point where, okay, we're not really talking about anything anymore. Mm-hmm. I've said what I've said, acknowledge what you're saying. I'm giving you my rebuttal, you've given me your rebuttal, and that's fine. It turned into that he accused me of culturally appropriating Asian culture by practicing Buddhism, and that I was only interested in Buddhism and using it and practicing it because it makes me sound more interesting, and that I only use it as a talking point. That he sees it as me trying to interject my beliefs into, and that even my beliefs are not even valid because I really am not even doing it because I believe in it. It's really just because I think it's a cool thing to talk about. And there was one more, now I forgot. Not just that. Oh, and that also that I was just as bad as like an evangelist Christian, where all we do is like preaching scripture or something like that. Right?
No.
Now I was debating over this because I'm also not trying to validate that I'm not. My thing though, my piece on that, because honestly, when he said that, when he came at me like that, you know, I have friends that do this that I expect this from, and I just kind of roll with it because I just know that there's no way I can express. But this friend of mine is usually very open-minded, and I don't feel uncomfortable talking about stuff. That's why I do talk about stuff.
Right.
Every now and then, if something kind of clicks for me that I've heard from teachings or whatever if I'm close to them, I'll bring up the synapse where I find we're like, oh, you know what's interesting is that in Buddhism, we talk about this, and this is showing that.
Right.
If it was an acquaintance or anyone new, I don't fucking talk about that. I've always tried really good not to. I've listened to these episodes that we do here, and there are times that I've talked about stuff where I'm not labeling it Buddhism, but it comes from that. But it's because of my instinct that I'm not trying to preach. I'm not trying to get on a soapbox. I'm not trying to be spiritually superior to anyone.
Hey, whoa, Teach.
Yeah.
By forcing me to be in this room...
Cultural appropriation.
Yeah, you fucker. So, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So, and it hurt my feelings. Because this is a close friend of mine, too, that the only reason why I probably would have talked maybe a little more with him is because I was so comfortable with him that I would have maybe been a little more at ease with that kind of conversation. Because we always talk about stuff like that, too. It ended up with me, I could tell he realized that he might have crossed the line though. Uh-huh. See me, I'm not a aggressive type. I'm not gonna not gonna start
Teach is very calm. Like I'm pretty sure I pissed him off, but I could never tell.
I don't think you ever have.
I hope I haven't, but yeah, like I can't really attest for that. I don't really get pissed off either.
And usually because I feel I'm good at reading people too. So when they start going off on something that's kind of aggressive, I can kind of feel like I get why they're. Not that it invalidates their aggression. Right. It's just more like, I get why you feel that way. Like, and it's not my place to like tell you you're wrong or try to like get aggressive with you too. And this is why you can't think like
listen here.
That's not my thing.
No,
like I don't like doing that at all. I think he kind of wanted that to happen, and it just wasn't in me either. I actually just felt very like low. It just felt really like it started making me like
wow, like
well, it made me think like God, if this really close friend of mine's thinking this. Is that how I look? Is this how I come off? Is this? Yeah, that's meanwhile, I'm not. You know, there's nowhere. I don't think it's very close to that. And so he's my jerk of the week because I think as a friend, if he was go off on anyone, attack people's religions. You should. I do. Not attack. You know, engage them too because you should. I've always expressed. You know, and not fought for. I'm not a defender of the faith or anything, but. Here's what I've learned, and this is what I think, and this is why it's shaped that way, and how do you do it too? You can do it respectfully. And it's good to have those conversations because it just deepens for both of you. Even if you're from different philosophies, strengthens both of y'all's affirmation in that. You know, right. Being able to do that. But when it gets into, like, defamation and starts calling out on stuff that just really isn't warranted, and stuff that you can't... It's kind of like, oh, I can't tell you that it's... not that way, because that even sounds worse. That even makes it sound more like I don't do that. I practice all the time. Like this,
yeah,
you know. And so you're putting me in that position where you don't really care how that works. You're just trying to make me sound wrong, or you're just trying to invalidate my beliefs, or you're just trying to win. Which Jesus Christ, is that why we hang out? Like, you know, like that totally makes me like
whatever conversation I bring up, right. I'm going to be like, oh, I'm the superior one in that. Like, right. Here's my thought, and my thought's the right one because it's true what I'm saying to you.
Which never was the case, I thought, and that was weird having that experience. It was funny because the next day I was like really weirded out with that. I was just like, God, that got really intense, really quick, really. Right. Even at the end, I was just like, hey man, I'm like, you obviously feel this way. Obviously, you've been wanting to tell me this for a long time, too. And I'm like, I don't feel the need to really express anything else because you just kind of like come at me really strong, and I don't want to have to defend. And that's not why I do this. It's not to defend it either. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, well, let's just smoke a cigarette. I'm like, I don't want to. I'm like, it was 2 a.m. I'm like, I got to get up in the morning too. I think he got upset that I felt maybe like I was throwing him out, but I really wasn't. It was more just like, you said what you wanted to say, and it's out there, and it's late, and I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Right.
So the next day, anyways, I'm reading this thing about South Park, which was funny. And you watch South Park,
I love South Park.
So it was like the top 10 moments where South Park was very woke or whatever. The headline was something like that. Drink break. Yeah. One of them was, do you remember the episode of the Mormon?
Yes.
John Smith, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dum 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 dum. Right?
What inspired the Book of Mormon play.
I love that episode. It's great because Mormonism is so stupid. But but here's what was funny is, and they talked about it. They're like, oh, it made fun of Mormonism, and it did it very cleverly because this is really what they believe in.
Right.
But at the end, the last scene is with that kid that Stan meets who's a Mormon, and because the whole time Stan is just trying to tell him like, it's fucking stupid. Why do blah 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 blah? And the guy goes, you've made all your points that it's dumb. He goes, but with Mormonism, I have a great family. And in the show, too, their family's, like, really nice. And, like, they all get along. And they just have a good time. But they're Mormons. That's what Stan can't get over. And he's just like, maybe it is really dumb. Maybe John Smith is full of shit. And maybe this whole thing is whatever. But my family is really happy. I'm happy. I'm not even that weird of a guy. I was just trying to be your friend. And all you could think about was my religion. So, suck my balls.
Yeah, right.
That's how it ended. And it kind of made me think of that because I'm like, for whatever my friend thinks of what all this is, if he wants to think it's all bullshit, that's fine. You can think that. I think that about a lot of religions too. But I'm not going to disregard a person. I'm not going to, like, throw shit in their face.
Solely base who they are on what they do.
And also make them feel shit about it. It's just going to, I mean, if we talk about it, we can talk about it. But it's not going to end with how much of a shit person I think you are.
Right.
And I'm not going to judge them on that either, because we all do what we have to do. Mm-hmm. So my friend, who is nameless, you're the jerk of my week. Even though I love you, he actually messaged me the next day and was like, you know what, dude, I fucking went way too far. I was fucking blitzed on my whatever. And he was like, you don't have to defend what you do to me or anyone. Like, he did apologize. But, words that come out, can't take them back. It's in the back of my head now.
So what they say is when your mind's not right, that's usually when you're speaking the truth. Is when you're holding back. I was like, I'm a really strong believer in that. Because I've been drunk and said many of things that I've kept to myself, but when it's that whole quote unquote liquid courage. And I've said it out loud, and I'm like, oh shit, damn it, why did I say that? Which Leslie and like, if anyone was at my 21st birthday party, if this doesn't prove how much I love Leslie, like, and not to go off or,
no, you're good. I'll probably bring it back, don't worry.
Right. So like, they always say like, oh, like when people get drunk, that's when they cheat. And it's like, oh, well, I was drunk. It's like, no, if you've thought about cheating while sober, you're more willing to do it when you're drunk. Right. Which I believe, because when I've been super drunk, that's usually when I want to fuck Leslie the most. It's like, because I'm like, get over here, baby. Like, I love you. So at my 21st birthday party, I proposed to Leslie like 6 times. It's like, because I was so fucking drunk, and the only thing on my mind was just Leslie.
Right.
Like, I remember telling Leslie several times a night, I want people to go home. Like, I just want to be with you. Like, that's all I want. And like, and it's true. And it's like, every time I'm drunk, and that's a good thing. I've never thought about cheating on her. Never will. I love her too much and never hurt her. But it's like, with that, the whole being under the influence and like drunk, high, whatever the case may be, and with those comments coming out, what you said is like, that's probably something he's been holding back this whole time. I guarantee it, but it's because they don't want to say anything to hurt your feelings.
Right.
But then because the conversation was taking the way it was, there was influence involved of whatever. So finally, whoop-ah! And I guarantee you, in that moment, he was like, I finally told Teach.
Right. Well, and here's the thing. I agree and disagree with the intoxication aspect. Where I do believe that things happen that are subconsciously things that you want to do when you're intoxicated, whatever it is, because you're uninhibited. That's the whole point. You have inhibitions that keep you from deterring you from certain things that you want to do, but alcohol or pot or pills, whatever, loosens you up and you go, fuck it, I don't care. You know, you don't think about the repercussions.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Which is true, right? So there are a lot of things that do bubble up that you wouldn't do. But we are also a society where there are social norms and social constructs that, things that come up in your head are things that you thought about, but you don't do because of the social construct of it.
Right.
The alcohol can stop that. I mean, can inhibit that, so it ends up happening on a greater scale, like murder and stuff like that, right? Or just saying things. The thing is, like, what purpose does it serve, right?
Right.
So my thing too was in this specific conversation of the interaction was like, if I was like all day was just boosting this religion or my center or this and that, and I'm like losing relationships because of it, I'm getting on fights, on Facebook or whatever, I'm going against my family, like all this kind of stuff, like all this turmoil is coming from it, right?
Right.
A friend comes in and says, hey, take a look at this, right? Like, look at what's going on. Like, obviously there's something that I have to address with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for my friend to feel this way about whatever, he doesn't say anything because it will hurt my feelings, right? But the thing is, I think that's okay, because we all have things that we don't tell our friends because they don't hurt our feelings, because it doesn't really matter.
Right.
We all have things that we say, well, they really shouldn't be doing it this way, or, God, the way they take care of their baby, or... You don't say it, though, because in the end, it doesn't really matter, and it's not... Now, if they're, like, leaving the kid in the car, or they're, like,
right.
or, like, I don't know, whatever, they're doing something where it's like, I need to intervene. Okay.
Right.
Like, there's
a life in danger here.
The other reason goes, well, why do that? Like, he basically had something to say about what he thinks about. Also, we were very anti-establishment back, both of us were very, like, hated establishment. We used to talk shit about religion, school, jobs, all that. Things have changed. I work at a law firm. I'm the director of a religion now. Or, this part of, whatever. I'm in school. I'm going to be a teacher. Like, I'm very establishment now. Right. Even though, I have my flavor to it, but I'm utilizing it. Whereas he's still like, yeah, I'm going to deal drugs, and I'm not going to get a 9 to 5, and I'm going to, I don't dog on that either. Like, different strokes for different folks. Like,
right.
Do what you got to do. You're still alive. You're still kicking. You're doing what you got to do. Taking care of business as you see fit. I don't tell him shit about stuff, because what does that help? It's just going to make a rift for us. If I feel like I can't be his friend anymore and I need to bring it up and that's the end all, okay, then I guess that's what I need to do. I don't feel the need to do that because I don't think it has... It kind of felt that way for me, him coming at me like that was kind of like... Almost like a divide. Like, this is why I can't really... that was just kind of his stance. Like, this is why I disagree with it, even though, it's not inhibiting me in any way, right? Like, at all. But it's his stance of, like... I disagree with it so much that I need to put it out there, and if there's this big aggression now, it's out there, though. And it's like, well, if that's the case, then I guess we don't need to hang out anymore.
Right.
Which, we're fucking grown-ass men now. So, okay.
I get what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the way, and this is to me personally, so I wouldn't call myself popular in high school, or especially middle school, but more looking towards high school, so... I did have a lot of friends. I did know a lot of people, but I wouldn't say I was popular. I was just very lucky that I had friends and this and that, right? So, in high school, I was more of I was known as the guy that would do the crazy stuff. That would go, like, fucking...
You would go there.
Yeah, I would be like, oh, I want to fucking do it. Like, we had the patio, and, like, if somebody dared me to do something, I would fucking do it. As long as it wasn't, like, disgusting. Like, I've been dared to moon in the middle, like, pull my pants down in the middle of the cafeteria. Do it real quick. Oh, my God, fucking David, he's so crazy. This and that. Like, oh, you won't do this. Yeah, I will. And, and I was cool, and, like, not cool, excuse me. I would, like, feel I was cool by doing all the crazy things. And then I grew out of that shit real easily. Like, by senior year, I was like, yeah, that shit was really funny at that time. But now I'm like, it's not really cool anymore. Like I kind of matured really fast, like all of a sudden. So then there were people who would be like, oh, you fucking changed, dude. You did this, and this. You were so cool. Like, you talk shit about everything, but now you're all like, well, now you're all logical and shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you, David. You sold out. And I'm like, sell out? I'm in fucking high school, dude. What are you talking about? I'm still a student. Like, selling out? What are you talking? I grew up. Like, what the fuck? Like, whatever. So then I would start thinking really realistic about a lot of shit. Like, and be like,
you really have to when you get out of high school.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, that's dumb. So, like, I lost a lot of friends because I was selling out, or I was like, oh, you're boring. Yeah. And I'm like, nah, fuck you. So now I'm in this stance where it's like, if I see somebody, like, I hate going to my parents' side of town, and, like, if we go to the store or something, because I'm, like, so paranoid, like, fuck, I'm gonna see somebody, because now the people my age are in that phase where it's like, oh yeah, anything that happened in high school is in high school. Now we're all adults. Everyone should be all friends and shit. Like, I'm
like that. I'm that mentality.
You want to be friends with everyone and shit?
Yeah.
No, I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, I was tagged in some stupid thing that was all like, class of 2013, it's going to be 5 years this year.
Right.
Like, post a picture of yourself and talk about where you're at now. And all these fucking bums just fucking... Oh, I'm not saying they're bums. I'm calling them bums.
Yeah. The colloquial sense.
Right. And they're like, oh, I'm doing this and this and that. And I was like, I want to post on there. I was like, but I don't. So I was just like, but then, like, I was like, nah, fuck this. I untagged myself out of it. And I was like, fuck everyone here. I was like, they're not paying my bills. I haven't talked to you. And besides that, there was none of, like, my actual friends that were tagged in this thing. It was a bunch of random people I saw in the hallways. I was like, fuck that. When we went to for the Sunday before Memorial Day, my buddy Jesus, he lives on that side of town on Petrenko and everything, and we went to the HEB at Petrenko, and I saw several people from high school there, and I was like, fuck, don't look at me. Like, I'm that person now. I'm like, I don't know, I'm just like, nah.
Well,
like, I can't.
Mine is different too, because it was interesting for mine, because I went to 3 different high schools, so I don't really have, like, I never had, so I feel like a lot of people have, like, an experience in high school where they were there for so long that there's a lot of good memories and a lot of, like, embarrassing memories that are all conglomerated into one.
Mm-hmm.
I never stayed in one high school to get an embarrassing kind of rep. You know, like, as everyone does. It's just, like, who you... Because I always moved.
Like, oh, do you remember Teach? Remember what he did?
Right. No one really does remember me at all. And so, like, it's funny because I graduated from South San in 2010, and in 2015, I got the message from that two getting tagged with that class, and I was like, I don't know any of y'all. Like, I don't know any of y'all, and none of y'all know me because I was only there for my last year. You know, I know my friends, my little group, but that's it. Meanwhile, the other ones, like in South Dakota and in Taft, who I probably would feel more like I knew more of those people in the class, they don't consider me that graduating class. I didn't graduate from there technically, even though I technically talked to more people
grade
from
level
Taft.
And stuff. But
all my friends, I have like 5 friends from Taft in my wedding, like in our being Mrs. Teach's combined wedding party.
Mm-hmm.
5 of them went to high school with me in Taft from like that freshman year. Anyways, but I'm not probably graduating class. So my thing, I think I have that kind of yearning for like being older and being like, I knew you, like, even though I didn't know anyone that well, they were like, I remember you from high school, let's be friends. Like, you know, I have that aspect where, whatever. Also, that side, that jaded kind of, I'm not calling you jaded.
No,
I'm
very jaded.
That kind of thing where it's like, yeah, fuck them, or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. That was me too, and that was me and my friend also. I think my view has changed. So you've known me like this, right? So that's like, oh, that's the Teach. Yeah, of course I would say that to you. Like, oh, well, you don't have to be so jaded, right? Like saying shit like that.
Right.
You could just post, David, just post and enjoy, right? That wasn't me to my friend.
Mm-hmm.
This is different me to my friend. And I think that strikes a chord where it seems like, oh, the Teach is acting. Like, that's not him. I know the Teach in high school. Now he's acting because of this.
Yeah, I think that's what I was trying to go off of. Because I forgot I tanged off.
No, I see where you're going. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Because people remember me for a specific way, but now I'm totally different than what I was. And it's like, you're not David. And I'm like, no, I'm David.
That's mine too. Because before, too, my thing was, well, and I still kind of with alcohol a little bit, but to me it's more regulated. But I used to be the guy where it's like, you have a pill of any sort or any kind of thing going on. Like, I never did heroin and meth. Like, let me state that right there. Like, I was that...
You never did even a life danger.
I was that conscious of, like, I'm not doing... There was a line for me there. But as far as, like, oh, I have this pill or I have this type of, you know, weed or whatever, like, just get fucked up on it. Or I have this, like, whatever. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. Anytime, any day, in the morning, let's skip class, like, that was me. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
It's not the same anymore. And I think for my friend, it was kind of like, oh, he thinks he's Buddhist now. And like, he had told me, he's like, I thought you were going to get, when you got in, you know, to be honest, a year or so into it, I was really paranoid about even talking about it to people because I did not want to be seen as, my girlfriend is Asian, who doesn't even practice Buddhism. Her family does in Korea, but they're layman Buddhists. They just kind of, it's kind of like Christians here, where it's just like, oh, my parents were, so I am. I don't really do anything though. That's what, if you had to make me say I'm something, I guess I'm Buddhist. That's how Mrs. teaches too. Anyways, when I started getting into it, I did not want to come. I thought it was the weirdest thing, a Westerner, a white kid practicing Buddhism. That's the weirdest fucking thing. And like for years, when I first started, I didn't want to talk about it. I would go to my classes for Buddhism and just kind of learn about it and academically, you know, learn about it and practice it. And it wasn't until I started getting more involved in the community of my Buddhist community that I feel comfortable with talking about it now. It's been some work to get to there. And what makes me mad is that I'm still out in eggshells when I meet new people. I don't come off and go, I'm a Buddhist. Like, you know, like...
Right. You didn't do that with me.
No.
I don't think it took until I finally, like, went to your apartment for the first time.
Yeah.
When I saw similar stuff like this, I'm
right.
like, what's up with all this?
Well, and I was vegetarian at the time. And see, that was the thing.
Yeah. I remember that.
People would say, well, why are you vegetarian? I'm like, well, it's kind of a Buddhist thing. I was taking a vow, and I was doing it for a year to take the vow. So, like, I practiced this. See, this is what is hurtful, is that I am so walking eggshells for new people, like, you know, acquaintances. I don't want to put that aside because that's not what I'm trying to do with this. It's not supposed to be something that I'm showing off. It's not supposed to be something that I'm trying to make myself interesting for. So I don't do it.
Right.
Meanwhile, if it does come up, new people are always the quickest to be like so interested and so kind of like affirming of it, and they're like, "Oh,
I've asked you tons of questions about this because I mean it's something that it's not that, and this is not something bad, but it's like it's not a typical religion you see people, or it's not something you see people practice very heavily, especially in Texas.
You're right.
So it's like so off and on air, I've asked Teach. I was like, hey, well, what's this? You know, so what's up with the shot glasses? What's up with because he has little glasses lined up right here on his bookshelf thing, his little shrine.
Yeah.
I've asked about the incense being burned, and I've asked about this stuff. Like, I've asked about a lot of different things, and Teach just tells me. He's like, oh, yeah, it's this. And I'm like, cool.
And to be honest, when we first started, I used to put this thing on it, right?
Right.
The partition, because it wasn't, right? So my thing is, new people, I'm worried about them seeing me this way, this and that, and then come to, and if it does come up, organically, they're more like, oh, wow, that's whatever. And I'm always like, okay, because I'm usually waiting for like a kind of a little bit like, why do you do that? Like, oh, it's because Mrs. Teach is Asian or something, Anyways, so it's for my friend, a close friend, who I felt like I've been this has been 5 years plus,
right.
To come at me now, where it's like, now you're attacking my genuineness of it. It's like, do you know me? Like, what the fuck? Like, where does this come from? Like, where are we at as friends?
Name
that's the hurtful part. Yeah, kind of. Well, I mean, because I would never do that to him for stuff that I think is different now. Like, there are things that are we're just getting older, right? Things are changing. We're not the same. He's not the same as he was in high school. He was like I knew him. But we all fucking grow up and change. That's just the part of the gig.
Right.
So, I don't know. It was weird for him to come at me that way, and I didn't appreciate it. And I still don't. And I accepted his apology, and I'm not going to hinder it. He's part of my groomsmen party, too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So I get to meet this guy.
Right, exactly. And my thing is, too, is like, I'm having this super Buddhist wedding. So, like, now I'm, like, on the day.
I can't go.
It's going to be in my head where I'm like, okay, so now what is he thinking about this?
He's going to stand there like...
Right, where I'm like, obviously, too, it's obviously not such a fucking facade if I'm literally like my marriage vows are going to be within, and the appropriation thing that pissed me off. I mean, cultural appropriation. I have a hard thing with that anyways because I feel like there is a fine line with appropriation.
Do you think this is appropriation, pal?
Yeah, no, that one kind of is.
Yeah, I have an Indian girl tattoo on me, a Native American girl. Excuse me. But I had that one for Leslie, and it has family names,
That's,
so whatever.
you know, it is what it is. There's a hard line between appropriation and appreciation.
Like if I wear what's that thing called, the African outfit, a dashiki or whatever.
Right. Well, okay, like on that show, Dear White People, they have, so she has a show called, a radio station called, Dear White People. So then white people end up rebutting, making Dear Right People. And so while this is, and they don't, I love the show because they don't explicitly say it, but this is the exact example or the definition of cultural appropriation. They're bitching about the black girls station, Dear White People, and how it's dividing the society and how we shouldn't even look at race, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, as they're doing it, they keep going, yeah, dog, that's exactly what I'm saying. All right, we out. Peace. That's cultural appropriation. They are just doing it because that's what they think sounds cool. That's how it sounds like you have to go that way. That's appropriating the black culture. That's how they legitimately talk. And It doesn't sound corny though when they, and they don't even do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they're appropriating that type of culture while still oblivious about hating on the culture while still appropriating that type of stuff.
Right.
Okay. Now appreciation would have been different. You probably wouldn't have said shit like that if you appreciated that. Or even explicitly said how like, oh, I'm just being satirical about it. It'd be obvious in that sense. So, what are we talking about?
Cultural appropriation.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, the thing is too, I've been with Mrs. Teach going on the better of 10 years. It'll be 9 years in September, right? It wasn't until 5 years into it that I stumbled upon a Buddhist book at Barnes & Noble's and took a shine to it that way. It wasn't... I didn't even like Asian girls. I really didn't have a thing for it. Like, I never really thought of them. I just met Mrs. Teach. So
you fell in love with her for her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Good. Should put this on our wedding. We'll play this episode at our wedding.
I'll give a toast. But the Teach said he didn't even like Asian girls.
Exactly.
So you're lucky to be here. Cheers.
So the appropriation part doesn't make any sense to me, or why someone would tell me that, or how that would come across like that. That just pisses me off. You're like, grinds my gears.
Grinds your gears. I'm sorry, man. That is a really shitty thing to happen. Just know I will never disparage you for being Buddhist.
Well, you got shit to say, we can talk about it. But
right. Here, I'm going to throw a smackdown right now. No, I'm just kidding.
But don't come at me with bullshit. I mean, especially with stuff like that, where it's just being ugly about it. You know what I mean?
That is really ugly. It's like, I myself, which I've talked about on the show, I'm just not a religious person.
Yeah.
But I'll respect everybody's stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a metalhead. I like wearing offensive shirts on purpose. Like, there's a t-shirt that I want to get that Leslie will, as soon as it will be shipped to the house, Leslie would burn it. Because she's like, you're not giving me dirty looks while we're in public. Because I have my Brujeria shirt. Brujeria, whatever you want to call it. It has, the real executed person on it with their face being chopped off.
You bought another one?
No. Well, I'm actually out. I got too fat for that shirt. So, last time I tried wearing it, I lift my arms up and it goes up to here. And I'm like, fuck! So... by default, Leslie wins that because I can't wear it out in public anymore. But no, there's a shirt, and I can't remember the band. I always forget the band every time I look it up. But on the front of it, it's a nun. Well, it's not even a nun. It's like a chick wearing the nun hood thing, but she's naked and her tits are out, and she has a crucifix that she's using to jerk off with it.
An exorcism thing.
Yeah, so she's it's very graphic. It's a very it shows it inside
labia
of her
and everything.
Yeah, and she's naked, and on the back it says Jesus is a fucking cunt. It's like, I want that T-shirt so fucking badly. I want, just so I can wear it, just to get dirty looks.
You might get in a little bit of a altercation.
I'll fucking throw down. I'm like, it's for this band I don't listen to. I'm take it. I just want it because of the slogan. But yeah, because that's still my high school mentality, is because I loved wearing shit that
provoked
pissed
emotion.
people off. And especially the fact that I was a metalhead. People automatically assumed I loved the devil just because I listened to metal music. So I just wanted to, even though I don't worship the devil or anything, I still wanted to be like, yeah, fuck you. This is metal music, fucker. This is what it's about.
Well, there's two sides of that, though, because generally, and in the most probable case, it just stirs the pot and makes it a hard time for you. But the most known people that get notoriety or infamy or even just popular aren't known for always just being nice about stuff.
Exactly.
They have their stand, they have their quirks, they're kind of... So, it's up to you to...
And that's the thing. So, and...
When, are you going to stifle that or just let it fly free?
So, so that's the thing. Because, Leslie's saying, I'll throw that shirt away, da-da-da. I know in reality she won't. No. She just won't be happy that I have it. And honestly, I want to get it for the shock value. Yeah. But I guarantee you, if I do ever buy that shirt, as soon as I click purchase, I'm like, I'm never going to wear that shirt.
Yeah.
I'm not going to wear it. It's for a band I don't know. I bought it just for the shock value. I just wasted $30 on this fucking shirt. Yeah. And, the only shirts that I do wear for the actual, because I love the band, is the Brujeria t-shirt, because... one of my favorite bands, this and that. But Cannibal Corpse. Cannibal Corpse is known for having very grotesque album covers, album artwork, single artwork and stuff. Where now, in the modern age, it's they... if they resell a CD, it has a censored album cover where it's a alternative album cover. But back in the day when their albums were coming out, they had to sell it in black plastic wrap. Porno mags come in the plastic wrap that cover the artwork and stuff. So that's how Cannibal Corpse CDs were sold back in the day. It was sold in a wrap.
Well, it wasn't. There was the black tab in the front, and there was that section where they knew if you had to be a certain age. If you're too young, you're they're gonna come bother me if I'm in this area.
But with the Cannibal Corpse CD, it was just sold alphabetically or the new release, but it was just in a black wrap and it had a Cannibal Corpse sticker on it. You're looking for that album? It's right here.
Right.
Here it is. But now, like I said, with censorship and everything, it's sold so when you unwrap it, then you see, oh, this is crazy. So they have an album called The Wretched Spawn, and the first time I saw Cannibal Corpse, I bought the T-shirt because I was like, oh, that's one of my favorite albums. I want the T-shirt for it and everything. So the album is a naked pregnant woman on a bed. There's demon surgeons around her. She has demon spawn coming out of her mouth, out of her stomach, and out of her vagina. It's all a cartoon, and it's all her boobs are all super huge, and her vagina's all ripped in half, and
Jesus.
There's dead people in the background and all this shit, and on the back it says The Wretched Spawn. So it's I bought that shirt because one, it's one of my favorite albums.
Sounds awesome.
And it was
the artwork though.
Yeah, I was it's very graphic, but it's a creative little quote unquote T-shirt.
Yeah.
So and I wore that around a lot. I wore that T-shirt to its fucking end, man. I wore it all the time I had the chance to. And then my all-time favorite Cannibal Corpse album is called Tomb of the Mutilated. And what it is the album artwork on that one. It's this blue-looking pale, you could tell she's undead girl. She's laying down, she's all skinny and thin, and there's a corpse eating her out, eating out her vagina, and he's just a torso, and his guts are all hanging out and stuff, and she's all with her tits out and getting eaten out and stuff. So I want the sweater because the front has the artwork, and then one of their famous logos,
a hoodie or a sweater.
It's just a sweater.
Oh, okay.
So, and one of their famous logos is a dead fetus, a skeleton fetus skeleton that's throwing up the rock sign. It's all like that, all curled up like a fetus.
Yeah.
And it has it all of it down the sleeves. I want that sweater just because it's a famous Cannibal Corpse piece of merch. It's always sold out, so I never have the opportunity to get it. But what I was going to say is because when I was in high school, I loved wearing those types of things because it was the shock value. And it was David, cover that up, or wear a jacket, or go home and change. If I go home, I'm not coming back. And then I just get my ass kicked by my parents. What are you doing? Don't wear that to school. So now I feel that's a thing of me becoming more mature. Is I would have these articles.
What did you say?
Mature.
Did you say mature? Or did you say mature? Oh, okay.
Me becoming mature?
It sounded to me, I'm just saying where we go. That's me becoming more mature. And I like that, though, because I think I might start saying that. Instead of mature.
Yeah,
fucking cheer up, dude.
Right? Fucking chur. Yeah, so, if I were to buy these pieces of clothing, it'd probably be if I'm running to the gas station real quick.
So, I went to the mall with my cousin one time, and I ended up, it was in that middle, I had saved up allowance money or something, and I didn't get paid a good allowance, so like I had maybe $20 on me, and that was like for the year. Like I saved up, like, I just had it or something. And I was at the mall with my mom brought me with my
Hey, $20, you're a champion.
Right,
You're a king.
right. Oh yeah. Well, okay. So my cousin who's my age, and then like my little cousin and my sister who's a little older than me, and we went to Spencer's and I bought a shirt, and it was $20 fuck shirt. Those fucking, you know, it was a Hanes shirt with just a decal on it, but that's how they. It was actually a Hot Topic, I think, where I bought it. And it said, your shirt may say princess, but your face says troll. I thought it was funny. I had 6th grade, maybe. I don't know, right? I thought that was hilarious. My cousin's mom, my aunt, right, used to buy him shirts kind of like that, kind of like with those stupid quotes. Maybe not as mean, but kind of like that. So I was like, oh, this is funny. I'm going to buy this. My mom flipped fucking shit. It was a fucking deal. Like, I'll never forget that day where, like, that was one of those, like, wait till your father gets home. You're taking that shirt back. Like, she made me take it back and return it. And then even after the fact, I was still in trouble for even buying it. Where she was like, we're going home from the mall now. Right after you return it, and your father's going to... She was like, I'm going to tell your... Like, it was such a big deal. And now I'm like, why the fuck was that such a big deal? Especially with fucking fetus zombies and fucking bad shit.
My mom hated it. My dad didn't care because my dad was a metalhead.
Yeah.
He didn't listen to that shit, but it's like when
he kind of got it.
He was just like, whatever. He bought it with his money.
Well, and then my dad at the time, he's all married with someone they're divorced. By the time he was so infatuated with my mother, was all over my ass about it because she was mad at me. So I was just in trouble all the way around. Anyways, that was stupid. So the only appropriation I like is the Christian one because I like to walk by Walmart where you know where they have like the cable, right? Like cable. Who's your cable provider?
Fuck those guys.
I like to walk by and go, I don't believe in cable. It's the devil. I walk by, and they always go, oh, okay. And they just drop it. Because, you know, if you say, like, oh, I have cable, or I don't have cable, or...
Well, who do you have?
Yeah.
Like, what rate you getting?
Like, oh, okay. They just fucking drop it. Like,
just go, I'm Amish.
Always... Well, see, Amish is too obvious. See, that's the thing. They might really think I'm a crazy Christian with the I don't believe it's the devil. Because they might just think, you know, crazy Christians shop at Walmart. You say you're Amish, you're like, okay, he's being an asshole. They might come at you with some more asshole shit, because they're used to it.
We have the Good Amish channel.
Right, exactly. But if you say, I don't believe in it, it's the devil, it's a little too ambiguous, so they're like, maybe he really believes in that? They don't want to touch that? Like, they don't, and they're like, maybe he's going to start talking fucking Bible talk to me, so, like, just let him go. Let him go. Anyways.
I always say, like, I just got Hulu now. Hulu? You use a streaming site? Yeah, because it's cheaper and better.
See, yeah, I don't like to get into any of that with them.
If I have the free time, I really love to talk to them. Especially if Leslie's shopping somewhere and it's like at the mall, I'm just like, yeah, like the oil guys at the fucking mall. Like, oh my god.
The perfume?
Yeah, like all those guys. Hey, let me talk to you a minute, player.
Yeah,
like, and all that shit. I'm like,
yeah.
What the fuck do you want? Like, leave me the fuck alone. And so then, like, I'll be all like, oh, man, I wish I had as much free time as a kiosk guy at the mall.
Oh.
And they get all like, yeah, well, yeah.
No, nice.
They get all like, yeah.
I'm surprised they don't talk shit back.
Okay. There's been times when it's like, yeah, well, I mean, you're the one shopping here. And I'm like, yeah, you're the one working here. And I'm like, I'm spending money. You're trying to take my money to get a living, so.
I was at Fiesta, I think. It was Fiesta, and we were walking. I had a cooler with me and this and that, and some fucking bum was like, hey, can you spare $1? And I was like, I said, I don't have any cash on me, sorry. He's like, yeah, you are. I said, set the fucking bum. Who fucking told me I'm sorry? Like, you're fucking begging on the corner, like.
Fucking trying to get drinks.
Like, if you would ask for a beer, I would have just gave anyone, but...
Could I get $1? No. Fucking... That just reminds me of a scary movie. Spare change. Look, you can tell this man is hungry. She gives him a sandwich. I asked for $1, bitch. He throws the sandwich at her.
Can't you see he's hungry?
That's what pissed me off. I don't know if he's still doing it by the time you moved in, but there was a man that walked with a limp right here on the corner of Babcock and Wurzbach, right there by the 7-Eleven and the Shell and stuff, asking like a little cup.
I've never seen him at that corner. I usually see him at 410 and Babcock.
Oh, okay, so maybe he moved. I was fucking onto him, man. I was onto him. He was a faker. He was a faker. Because he, like, the one time, because I was like, this guy's just always out here, and he's not dressed like a typical bum. Yeah, he has dirty clothes, but it's just like, he's probably just pulling
that's
something.
me, like, on a Sunday sometimes.
Right, it's like, something like, on the weekend, who takes time to put on a different pair of underwear, right?
Right.
Just recycle it,
Yeah.
you know? Fuck it. Or just like, don't acknowledge that it's the same pair you wore yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, fuck this guy. And I'm like, I was just like, man, whatever. So I would just always see him, and it was just always pissing me off, to the point where every time Leslie and I would go somewhere, I'd be like, there's that fucking asshole. And Leslie's like, leave him alone. Like, he's just a bum. Like, he's homeless. He needs money. I'm like, nah, fuck that guy. Like, fuck that guy. Just fuck that bum. So one day, I forgot why I was up so early or where I was even going so early. But you know the Walgreens the Walgreens and CVS that's on Medical, the 24 hours one? Mm-hmm. I was driving, and I'm there at the light, and I see that fucker get out of a nice car.
Really?
Yes.
For real?
I saw him. He was wearing his stupid little hat, he had his stupid little sunglasses, and his stupid little getup, and he's there walking out with a cup, and he's just sauntering down the road. It's just so he could go to the corner and fucking limp. So Leslie, I don't know if Leslie remembers this, but we were at the light, and I saw him. I rolled down my window, and I was like, I saw you park your car, you asshole! And he's all...
Yeah.
Fucking,
it don't
like,
matter, because, there's plenty of people that come. I've seen plenty... There's always someone different, too, on 410 and Babcock here. Mm-hmm. There's the one guy, the windshield wiper guy. You ever seen him?
I've seen him.
And he's always... I'm like, damn, dude, you get, like, a real job. Like, you're there all the time.
Work at the wash tub, dude.
Holy fuck. Like, you're there so, like, religiously. Like, you could just have a regular job. And I guarantee you make more money than whatever, because who the fuck's gonna let you... I would never let him touch my car. I've seen other guys that do the whole limp thing, too. And here's the thing, is they know that the turnover rate of people seeing them... People who view what's really happening is minuscule, so they're gonna get the tips, or whatever, tips, whatever.
The donation.
Whatever the fuck it's called. But they'll walk across, and I fucking... Because I've actually been on the side of when you come off of 410 and you're turning onto Babcock. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I've seen them where
By the Wapo Taco.
When you... Yeah. That fucking place.
Under
nasty. Don't fucking go. They gave me rotten meat. Where you can turn right when it's red and no one's coming. And they'll fucking walk and just be like... And just... No... I'm like, if you're gonna walk and it's not your time to walk because there's a big fucking red hand there saying... Don't fucking walk, bum. That's basically what those things say. And you walk like, I need to see you fucking sprint because I need to go before the next, car comes. And they're just kind of like, walking normal, just fucking slow. Because
do they do the arm moving thing?
There's they don't give a shit. I'm like halfway. I start pulling in where like I'm past that crossway where I'm getting to them. They're just like, whatever. I know you're not gonna hit me. And then they get to the side and then they're all fucking limping, and I'm like, you piece of shit. Not only am I having to wait, and now fucking cars are coming, so I have to wait for the cars to come. I know you're fucking bullshit with your limping too. Like, I don't like to have a bad thought process with homeless people, bums. But
bums.
For the most part, I mean, that's what I've always observed. I've been on the side of Winston Churchill, who said, now I'm stuck on bum. If you give a homeless person money only because you're trying to eradicate your bad feeling about it, like you're just trying to be like, I'm uncomfortable here, just take some money. I don't feel okay. Good. Now I can sit at my light because I gave him his 25 cents to $1 or whatever. I'm good. If that's why you're doing it, you're even worse than people that don't give it to him.
Right.
Because you're just feeding the fact that he's doing it. You know what I mean? So I'm on that mindset of it.
I don't give two shits about those people.
I don't give out money like that.
I'm sorry, no, I don't give a fuck.
I'll donate time. I'll donate, my presents. I don't give out money.
The only time I've ever donated is when I have the fucking spare change that's just been sitting in my car, and I'm like, I'm just tired of hearing the change rattle.
I won't do that either.
No?
In my head, I'm always like, I might be at McDonald's one day and I need that fucking 25 cents to make it perfect.
Right.
Which never happens, but I'm like, I could. So it's there.
I'll be more susceptible to give the bums the money. I'm calling them bums. I would give the bum the money if it's just saying, I'm using this for drugs. And I'm like, at least it's up front.
No, I am about that too, though.
Knock yourself out, pal.
Yeah. Like in Austin, they always have fucking signs that are just like, I'm an alcoholic, I want a beer. And I usually have beer if I'm going down to Austin. So I either give him a beer or money for it just because I'm like, I just appreciate the honesty. Like,
right.
You know, like, we all out here trying to get drunk. Or sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get drunk too and I'm fucking broke, so I'm sorry about it. We all got fucking problems, don't we?
No, the ones with drugs, I'm just like, yeah, fucking kill yourself. So let's go ahead and get you out of here. I mean, in all honesty, that's all I got.
That's all I got.
I was like, the bums is really... I was going to say real quick, fucking... My jerk of the week, which I won't call him a jerk of the week, but
Ooh.
fucking...
We're going to have to cut this later.
Right. No, it's YouTubers.
Ah, okay.
It's... If you follow YouTubers, which...
Are YouTubers or just YouTubers in general?
YouTubers.
Okay.
No. Like people that are actually famous from just making videos on YouTube.
Okay.
So, like, YouTubers. There's two people, David O'Brink or something or another, and this girl named Lisa, I don't know. They're famous for being a cute couple on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
They're really silly with each other. So they broke up 6 months ago.
Didn't Leslie just post something about it?
I don't know.
I swear. Okay, anyways, go ahead.
No, Leslie posted about Kate Spade, the fashion designer who killed herself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm not into purses, so I don't care.
No, you know what? Look, right when I opened Facebook.
Yeah, what do you know? Right there. So these two fuckers, they've been dating for a long time, but apparently they've been broken up for 6 months, but have just been like... But the thing that's so shitty is that because they're famous on YouTube, they feel obligated to give the fans, I'm using air quotes, a reason behind their breakup, and they have to announce their breakup on YouTube to begin with, which I'm like, who gives a fuck? Fuck both of you. Like, both of you could do better. I'm just like, man, whatever. So I'm just like, and everyone's like, love is dead. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Ugh. Fuck you. If you're with that comment, no, why?
Yeah.
Fuck you. Like, you're just a shitty person.
So but one of my Facebook rules was, if you're gonna break up after we've been invested, we need a reason why. So even though I do like her videos because I think she's quirky and like just kind of funny.
So I actually talked to her back in the day.
Oh really?
That girl Lisa?
Yeah.
So when she actually started from Vine, she made a lot of funny Vines, but I remember finding her before she really blew up. Back in like 2013, like towards the end of senior year. And I messaged her on Vine and I was like, hey,
I wanna go fix it.
I didn't mean to hit that.
Oh, whoops. I was like, hey, your Vines are really cool. And she followed me on Twitter on my old account from high school. And we started talking through DMs a bit. But she didn't live in San Antonio. So I was just like, I didn't give it no mind. But I'm just like, damn. She just has the things for David's. I was like, that's pretty crazy. But it's like, I don't know. That lasted about 3 days.
I like her videos. They're funny. They're different. She's over the top, which is what's funny. A little bit annoying, but that's part of it. Like, she's aware of it, which is okay with me. The boyfriend thing, the ones I've seen, I've always been aware that there was a boyfriend. I'm not that invested, so I don't really care. For people that are really about her, I guess, to me, because I'm that way with certain things where I'm like, I want to know fucking why. Like with Chris Pratt and what's her name?
Anna Faris.
I appreciated the kind of, because there's just
another
like
one too. Fuck
it's a nice
both of them.
closure thing. Because I was like, God, they're just cool. Like Anna Faris is fucking cool. Chris Pratt is fucking cool. Like they're just cool. Of course they like get together and like they're an awesome couple and have a kid. That's awesome. And then everyone was like, oh, what the fuck? Why? Like, they were so cool. And they were like, well, it's like, oh, okay, closure. Great. Like, I was a fan of both of them and their relationship, so that's great.
Yeah, right. He was getting more famous. She couldn't handle it, so they broke up.
Well, to be honest, I'm like, if at that level of fame, y'all are just fucking in when you can. Like, get the fuck out of here. Come on. Just right. We all know you do it. Like, you can say this and that. Beyonce made a fucking album over it just because she had to, because whatever. But we all know Jay-Z's been fucking... met when she was
Who would fuck Jay-Z to begin with?
Well, just because he has money. And then they've been together since she was like 16. He's been a pedophile for like 30 years. And he's been fucking other girls when he met her and through it. I mean, of course he has. She maybe not, but him definitely. Like, that's part of the game with that. Like... You get the powerful guy, but you sacrifice the relationship. Like, They choose you, and that's who they go to the nice places with, but they're fucking everything on the side because it's thrown at them. What was there? There was I think it wasn't Kevin Hart. It was some comic that said, someone came out and, I don't know the comic, but the thing was that, Tiger Woods fucked 7 girls or something, some number of like 5 or 7 girls or 12 girls or something like that, right?
Right.
With his marriage. And I think it was Cat Williams. And he says, motherfucker, that's restraint. Do you know of the thousands of women that he goes on tour and they're throwing pussy? He only fucked 12 of them? He fucking loves you if he's only fucking 12 of all the hundreds of thousands of women that are just ready for him to fuck. Like, that really, so, you know, it's just that aspect of that fame.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different lifestyle.
Yeah, well, fuck both of them. So
Yeah, but fuck them both. I don't give a shit.
and I was like, I don't know, the whole, oh, wait, we gotta make a video. Oh, boom.
It was at the video, so there was a...
They made the video and they're all playful and happy, and then they get down to it and they're all teary-eyed and they're all, oh, but I still love you and support you. Oh, yeah, you too. Oh, we did this for the
Jaden's
fans.
skeptical side, dude.
Boom.
But I'll probably watch it later.
Boom. It's like, because that's what I woke up to this morning, and I'm like, why is this the first fucking thing I'm seeing on my day? Like, that ruined my day already. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about these guys. Why they're trending, fuck them. It's like, if me and Leslie break up, we'll broke up. Like, we're done. Like,
I wonder the fucking reason why, though.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, yeah, personally, but I don't know, post it on social media, but, I mean, we're never going to break up anyway, so, but, on that note, I'm ending this shit. So,
Alright.
Episode 26 is in the books. Episode 25, of course, is everything is up to date. By the time you guys, at the time of recording this, there's another delay with that podcast.com website. Apparently they're doing some restructure, so I haven't been able to post the last few episodes up on iTunes and Google Music. Hopefully that is coming soon if they finish this whole redesign of the website or whatever. But of course, YouTube is the first line of defense. Thank you guys for listening as always. Every week, I am David Clare.
I'm the Teach. Good night.
No, don't do it. No, I'm a virgin. No, I'm a virgin. No, I'm a virgin. No, I'm a virgin. No.